I am. You are welcome. Hi, everyone. I am Darlene Jenkins, your co-host of Financial Fun Friday, and my other co-host,
Dr. Rita B. Rowland.
All right, Dr. Rita B. Rowland. So welcome everyone to another fun episode of Financial Fun Friday. And of course, as we said, we are your co-hosts, Darlene and Rita, and we are being brought to you by ABS Retirement Solutions, where we're always bringing you what's new and what's next. So for those of you that are just joining us for the very first time, or even if you're just watching us for the first time on YouTube or on Facebook, hey, welcome Facebook. This is a webinar that we do at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the first and third Friday each and every month. And we're also broadcasting live simultaneously on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, check in right now. This is also the time when we ask our participants to check in and let us know where you're watching us from, because we know you watch us from all over the country and soon to be the world. So go ahead, drop it in the chat on right here live on the webinar, or if you're on Facebook, drop it in the chat. Hey, if you are watching us on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. Drop it in the comments and let us know where you tuned in from. Now, during this broadcast, what we do is we pull back the curtains so that you can get an in-depth understanding of not only your employer benefits, but we also offer you some best retirement preparation options, financial tips, and strategies. So if you ever miss an episode, you can always go back to our Facebook page. You can find us on Facebook at Your AV Solutions. You can go to our website at YourAVSolutionsInc.com. And of course, head on over to our YouTube channel, where if you're watching us right now, go ahead, ring the bell, hit like and subscribe. So I see people checking in. Rita, can you let me know where some of our viewers are checking in from?
We got Delaware. We got the Sunshine State of Florida. Okay, don't show off because you got sunshine. We got we got Washington, D.C. We got Maryland. We got Nashville. And that's all so far. There's more. Right. I think they shot. It's Friday.
They shot. They may be off of cooking, for their, Good Friday dinner.
Very good.
Right. I don't know. But thank you for checking in with us. We appreciate you. Now, before we get into all of this information about scams and scammers, I do want to let you know that this information is going to be presented in a generic fashion. Why do we do that? Because without knowing each and every person who's watching it right now live with us, or who will watch later on YouTube, don't forget, like and subscribe. We can't tailor this information specifically to your situation. So please accept the information that we're going over as general in context and apply it where you feel it fits your particular needs. But Rita, you know what we will do? If we're going over this information, especially about scams and scammers, give us a call if you want us to, help you with specific situations regarding your finances, because although this is about our money, right, and how to grow it, but this episode is about how to keep it out of the hands of people who didn't work for it, right?
This is very important, because when we get into, I just heard a story about a week ago, a lady, I forgot what state, I feel like it was in Tennessee, I don't know, but she was buying a house. And she was going for the close, and they sent the paperwork, and the scammers got into the real estate agency's email and was able to hack the email. And they sent over the email saying, we need you to wire the money for the house. And I guess she had saved a lot. They put $200,000, I think, down, and it was gone because the email is hacked. It looked like her real estate agent, her entire life savings. Now they still in this apartment and their funds are gone. And so this is really about, and we're in this season of time that more and more things are becoming digital, and it's easy for us to be fooled. And so it's going to be important for us to understand as we go through that we understand what scam is and who is a scammer. And so as you can see here on the screen, a scam is a dishonest scheme. They just lying, y'all. It's not about anything but fraud. They swindling is a deceptive act. And they're just trying to take something that does not belong to them. It belongs to you. And who does that is the scammer. It's a person who commits fraud or participate in a dishonest scheme, one who perpetrates a scam, a person who commits or participates in fraudulent scheme or operation. And we all have just seen the basic scam starts. I don't know about y'all, I get 1,000 messages sometimes on Facebook in my messenger. And it's from someone who's a friend of mine, but they start out with hi. And they do the same old thing over and over again, but so many people, Darlene, must be falling for it because they don't change their thing. First, it's just hi, waiting for you to come back with the bait to say, oh, hey, Darlene. And then they'll come up with, did you know about this? And did you know about that? So much fraud is going on. So we just wanted you to really understand. So when things happen, you can be very conscious of it. And they're looking for people who are vulnerable, and they'll continue to drain you till you're dry. And so, Darlene, let's talk about some of the common scams that are happening to people, because it's important for you to understand it, because we're not just talking about, we're going to talk about love in a minute, but this is your real money. This was their $200,000. I can't imagine being scammed out of $200, $2,000, but $200,000.
Oh my gracious. Oh my gracious. My mind can't even, I can't wrap my head around that. But Rita, what I definitely want people to understand is that you're being smart and being intelligent has nothing to do with falling victim to a scammer. You can be very intelligent on top of everything, but it's just in that one vulnerable moment where you're not fully focused that they can get you. And oftentimes scams are fueled by emotion. Someone who is highly intelligent, you on it, you're very smart, but you're lonely and you seeking attention, may fall for a romance scam. Sometimes we don't even really realize, Rita, how the feelings of loneliness or what that is inside of us that makes us go ahead and click on stuff. Now, this is another one that they try to get you with, Rita, all the time. And I want you to expound on the whole romance thing. Mm-hmm. But that IRS, the Internal Revenue Service, 3 letters that will make you quiver and shiver where you stand. Like, what they calling me for, especially if you're in debt, or you happen to owe them money. Because see, they follow the trail. So a lot of our information is public. It is public. And I can remember there was a time when I owed money to the IRS, and they called to my mother's house for me because, that was my permanent phone number and address over there. And my mother was all upset because they told her, that the sheriffs were going to be coming to arrest me if I didn't, I had defaulted on my payment plan, and they were coming to get me if I did not pay that remaining balance of $5,000 because I had missed it. I'm off my payment plan. My mother was blowing up my phone, and she was about to stroke that check. Why? Because she didn't want what they actually were asking her to get gift cards or to wire the money or something like that. But I happened to come home. She was like, you better call these people. You better call the IRS and keep calling in. I said, well, number one, the IRS don't call you. They will send you a letter, because you can always say that wasn't my number. The IRS is going to send you a letter. But the fact of the matter was, she was afraid for me and was ready to send these scammers money. And again, that goes back to our emotions, her emotional connection to me. And that's different from that emotional connection, Rita, we feel like when we're lonely and, we online and dating and all of that, right?
I think emotions are so, fleeting as well. Like, emotions are temporary anyway, right? So the day you feel good, the next moment you mad, an hour from later, you're excited. But I think when we're in that state of loneliness, we can fall. And so many people fall for the love. And I'm not saying any particular group, but we know there's a particular group that people fall for all the time. There's a whole nation. I mean, they have probably a whole city just full of people at a computer scamming people, and that whole love thing, like they got 1,000 wives that they're getting paid from and 1,000 husbands. So I think, when you're in that place of being lonely, don't go to the computer to find your love. Call a family, call a friend, there's hotlines for, maybe you are partly depressed. There's so much more to it, Darlene, but don't fall for any trips. Even if you want to have fun, don't connect your checkbook and your financial accounts to your heart, okay? Connect it to something else and not your heart. And that whole thing about the IRS, that's not, I got calls about the Social Security. You owe Social Security. No, I don't. I ain't even old enough to get Social Security. So it's just stuff that it's like, I'm not eligible for Social Security yet. And that whole IRS scam, they should call. I remember one time I had a scam. They said that I owe somebody and that they were going to take something from me from the IRS. They was going to put a lien on me. I was like, I already owe the IRS, so they going to take it first. Click. Like, I play games with them too. It's like, oh, you're not going to,
We'll have to tell you about that.
Yeah, we'll tell you about those games, but you want to make sure that you're not falling victim to a scam. And because all of us are going to fall for it, it's just timing. Probably this whole Amazon, you have an Amazon account, I almost get something every day. Your account is being blocked or your packages are not being sent. I'm like, I didn't even order anything. So sometimes it really takes for you to stop, Darlene, and think and be like, I don't owe these people. And the thing that you said that was so key, that your mother, they asked for gift cards. Or when does the IRS or anybody asking you to pay them in gift cards? I've never had anybody I owe them ask me to pay in gift cards or Bitcoin. So those are the signs that it's fraud already, right?
And we really, Rita, have to be cognizant and look out for our seniors, our older seniors, because Rita, guess what? We've fallen into the senior category age range.
I got an AARP card right now.
I sure do. But seniors are really, really vulnerable and easily deceived. Now, I have thankfully trained my father that anybody call you, you get anything in the mail. If anybody call you, if it pertains to money, tell them you need to talk to your daughter first.
Yep.
You have to talk to your daughter that she handles your checkbook and tell them to call back. And now, thankfully, he's been sticking to that because they are on the hunt for him. So I'm glad that he does that. And on Good Morning America, they reported that nearly 770,000 people have fallen victim to a romance scam. And that's a $1.3 billion, that billion with a B, that was lost last year. And that's
last year,
1.3 billion. There are people who are online that believe they're in relationships with celebrities or met someone and they're stuck in a foreign country. Can you help me? Send me this. They're going to lock me up, and they, start off with little amounts. Can you send me $100? I'm gonna send it back, and they may send it back to you initially, and then they stop sending it to you. And even with our children, our young adults, our teens, preteens, it's a scam going on right now of parents, grandparents for sugar babies. Yes,
for sugar babies.
For sugar babies. And what these scammers do is they'll contact your son or daughter and say, hey, because they're looking at the age range and they know they may or may not be in college, but they've already checked out their profile. And so they got an idea and they're like, oh, you're so beautiful. Are you, looking for someone? I want to help take care of you. Can you, are you open to that? I'll send you money, I'll do this. But then this is the switch up. They say, hey, look, I'm going to send you $1,000 every month, but I have to make sure your Cash App is the correct one. Can you send me $100? And then I'll, because you know they in college, they not gonna ask for a whole bunch of money, but they ask for anywhere from $100 to $250. Send that to me, and then I'm gonna start sending you the money. But I need to make sure you know your Cash App work. And then they ask for some other information. When my daughter showed me that, I said, "What?" She said, "Oh no, she was messing with him." As Rita said, "Well, if you got all this money, what you need to send me, me to send you the money." So please just check always online with what your children are doing, as well. In the FBI, they've seen a 25% increase since 2019. Since 2019, $547 million swindled by cyber sweetheart. And that's for people who reported it, Rita. Some people like, I ain't gonna tell nobody I just gave up $100,000 because I feel stupid.
And Darlene, this scam is so real. About 4 years ago, this was before the pandemic, I had a client, and these phones are very vulnerable. Be careful. Don't click stuff on these phones. These random texts come through. She clicked something on the phone. They got access to her phone and to her whole world. She was taunted. She went through hell trying to get her identity back. She had the police. It almost sent her crazy. Like they was in control of all of her digital advice. They was on her computer. Even if she got new phone, they had taken over everything. They had all her contact, all access to everything. It's like she had to recreate her whole world again. So when you get those texts, not only don't you touch it, you click on it that it is spam, you report it and you delete it, and for it to never come back. And I ordered some software called, it's worth it, y'all. It's called Robo Killer. It's some software I put on my phone. It cost me $39 a month. Robo Killer. I should tell them I need some commission off of this. But when I tell you, it has stopped me from getting all them spam calls, and it blocks texts and phone call. So it has cut it down tremendous. My husband said he about to do it because all day long he's answering, he doesn't answer the phone, but there's some important calls that people are missing because we don't know every phone number of people that are calling us. An 800 number could be you have real fraud on your account, but because we get so much junk stuff, everybody just hit delete. So it is a real issue here, and there's real money that's being lost unto it. So these sweethearts, look, check in with something else. And there's something called deep fake AI, and it's the type of artificial intelligence used to create images, audio, video hosts. They actually have they'll get a picture of you off FaceTime. Off of Facebook or some of those social media. They'll put your face and create a whole like it's FaceTime. So they'll FaceTime grandma. It's your face, your mouth moving, but it's them telling grandma that they need 100,000 or 10,000 or $100. Send it to me. I'm in trouble. And your grandma thinks she's talking to you, but they have taken your face and created a whole artificial intelligence to act like it's you. It occurs when a person's existing image or video is replaced by the likeness of someone else. So this whole thing with AI is a little like, it's kind of tricky. You know what I'm saying? It's good on one sense, but then the scammers have created something else that it can cause real issues out here in the world, and is often used on social media sites as a form of entertainment. Because a lot of times what we think we see is not. It's not real. It's created. If you was to look at, come on, how many of you looked at one dress and everything you get, like they following, they know what you like, and it's very creative. And these are the smart people. These are the ones who understand how technology works. So be very mindful that it's a real $1 million, $1 billion business. And it's not an honest business. It's one that's willing to take everything you got till you broke and dried out. They have no concerns for you or your future.
Absolutely. And Rita, this deep fake thing that's going on, this is so very serious because they will use not only your image, but people that you may look up to or respect in business, entertainment. They have created whole news articles where they would take one bite of something that someone said and create a completely different scenario of what they're saying with their image. We saw that continually during election cycles, where a snippet of something was then turned into a whole nother clip. So we use it on, like Rita said, on social media. Oh, see who you look like. You put on someone else's face, smash up your image with your child or your husband. That's how the whole artificial intelligence started. And this is not new. It's not new. It's been around, but now the scammers, anything that come out for good to help us, like social media designed to help us be social and connected regardless of where we are, it's also connected us to these scammers. People will take anything that comes out and turn it into how can I get money from some other people. So we just wanted to make sure today that, like I said, we normally talk about how you build money, how you grow your money, but today we just wanted to focus on
how you keep it. How you keep it.
These scams, they affecting you, and they affected Rita and I and all of our family. So in your family, and we want to make sure that we protect you as well. So contact us today so we can help you map out a strategy, because our job is also, sometimes you may fall victim. And with our clients, if you say, hey, you know what, and I think I may want $60,000 for, whatever. We're like, okay, what's this for? Because you could be about to fall victim to a scam. So we'll help you put all the pieces together and help you map out a strategy. So if you want to sit down and talk with us, you can give us a call in the office at 301-577-6340, or you can request a consultation at youravsolutionsinc.com, and then you're going to hit /RFC form. So thank you all so much for joining us today. It's been great. We hope you enjoy your Good Friday, because it is a Good Friday.
It is.
It is, Rita.
It is a good one.
We will see you back here on the broadcast. Is that on the 16th, Rita? What day is that on? The 16th? On the 3rd.
The 23rd. The 23rd.
Oh, my gracious. We would have been here early. The 23rd of April. We'll see you back here.
No, the 21st, right? Because it's the date of 7, 14 days, 21. Sorry, math is not, I'm not good with math today for some reason, but it's the 21st. See, she's infecting me.
I was getting ready to say, I think I sprinkled some of my goofy dust on you, but yes. So thank you all for joining us today. Have a great, great Friday. And we'll see you back here on the 21st of April. And when you come, bring one, and we'll look forward to seeing you then. Don't forget to share on your Facebook. Spread the good news. Don't keep us to yourself. Take care, everybody.
Have a good one.
Have a great one.